Been more than a decade since the Flint water crisis began, and today the EPA says the city's drinking water is finally safe.
But as our TV5's Trey Harris reports, even though the emergency order has been lifted, the lack of trust has not.
Looks pretty clear, right? The EPA says this: our water in Flint is now safe to drink. But after everything the city's been through, is that enough to convince the people who actually live here? Well, tonight I was able to speak directly with a Flint resident, because while the numbers may check out, the trust, that's still running low.
Well, the work's not done, and it's amazing to me that the EPA decided to say, hey, Flint's all done, even though the bad pipes and appliances and fixtures and faucets are still, attached to the water that we're getting.
The Environmental Protection Agency announced Flint's lead levels are testing at just 3 parts per billion, far below the federal action level of 15. They say the water is safe and that more than 97% of lead service lines have been replaced.
We've proven over and over again that, one, the testing's not proper, and it has nothing to do with human health, nothing to do with public health.
And this is one of the many neighborhoods where families had to live through the crisis, board advisories, bottled water, and not knowing what was coming through their taps. And even now, nearly a decade later, many are still hesitant to pour a glass without second-guessing it.
They continue to talk about lead, but they're not talking about bacteria. They're not talking about Legionnaires. That hasn't gone away. They're not talking about the cancer-causing disinfection byproducts that are not fixed. And as long as we have this crumbling infrastructure, that's never going to change.
The trauma of the crisis still lingers. Residents like May say safety isn't just about what the test results show. It's about whether people feel like their concerns are being heard.
It's not been the city, state, or federal government that's come to save us. It's been the residents. It's been the Natural Resources Defense Council and ACLU of Michigan and all of the residents who spoke up and went to court.
The EPA's announcement may mark a milestone for the city on paper, but here in Flint, trust isn't measured in parts per billion. It's measured in action, accountability, and time.
Come into our homes, had a glass of our water, taken a shower, or at least smelled the shower water running that smells like chemicals. They've not talked to people who are directly impacted and fighting and living this every single day.
In Flint, Trey Harris, TV5.
The EPA says it will continue monitoring Flint's water quality and work alongside the city to support long-term infrastructure improvements.
You can find more details on our website at WNEM.com.